One of the biggest problems I see traders face, and something that I had to navigate in my own journey of 9, nearly 10 years now, is a few things. How to handle winning streaks so that you don't give the profit back to the market, how to handle losing streaks so that you know when to pause and come away, and how to manage tilt cycles. So firstly, winning streaks. Whether it's a winning day, a winning week, a winning month, the different ways this can manifest in the markets. A winning day, for example, you come into London Open, you execute a trade, you bank 3R, yet you still feel the need to come back in New York and trade New York. You bank the profit, go and live your day. Keep it simple. There's no need to even give yourself a chance to give that back to the market. Throughout October, I literally was trading for 90 minutes a day and finished on pretty much just under 25%, had a nice payout and had a very good month. And it's all down to the fact that I know when to walk away. If you're trading in the morning and you bank profit or you break even or even a losing trade, just call it a day. There's no need to give yourself a chance to revenge trade, give the profit back. Your state of mind changes. Coming into a new trading day, you're fresh, clean slate, it feels that way, and you're just observing the market. If anything shows, I'll take a trade. Coming back, you should be similar, but you're now coming from a place of, I'm up for the day. I don't want to give that profit back to the market. So it's a different state. And you're more likely to be in a chance of fear because you don't want to give that profit back to the market. That becomes the new focus. I'm a big believer in strike whilst the iron is hot. So let's say a currency pair is going on a huge bull cycle. For example, gold in October, amazing month. A lot of longs. I took a lot of longs as well. Equally, I was also able to flip the narrative when we topped out and start shorting. That's maturity, that's emotional intelligence, that's understanding the phase of the market well and being able to play both sides and not marrying the long bias too much. How easy would it be to be up 5, 6, 7, 10% on longs, and then as soon as the market switches to bearish, you're still marrying that bull narrative. You're still in that mindset where you're like, we can still see more, it's gonna reverse, this is just a pullback, not really recognizing the true nature of the market. And then quite quickly, that 6% becomes 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And it takes you quite a bit of time to realize, I've made mistakes here. The market's actually changed to bearish. You need to be able to recognize that quick, okay? Same thing in a month. If you finish a good month, know when to just pause. In October, I think I was up about 21, 22%. I went to Mallorca towards the end of the month. Called it a month, pretty much done, right before a payout, paused. I was getting a bit burnt out, it felt that way. So I just took a spontaneous trip to Europe for a few days, 5 days, came back refreshed, ready for round 2, ready for the rest of the year. That's how it should be, not feel the need to continue trading through because you've programmed yourself to think that, I've got to catch all the trades. You don't have to catch all the trades. The market is not going anywhere. The market will still be there tomorrow, the next day after that, next month, next year. There's no pressure from yourself or other people to catch all the trades. You're never going to catch all the trades. So when you're on a winning streak, know when to pause and come back another day. Losing streaks, definitely more important, definitely more painful is, being on 4, 5, 6, 7 losing trades, maybe even more. We've all been there. The key question you need to ask yourself is, when you take a losing streak, either recognize it quick, that's the first thing, and you need to know your data. Okay, so know your data, and you need to recognize, is this my data playing out? i.e., what is my max drawdown to date? Let's say it's 7 losses. Okay, if I've taken 6 losses, I'm now thinking the sequence should start playing out now. This is like a rare exception where I've taken 6 losses. Okay, this should start playing out soon. If it doesn't, I need to really figure out what's going on. Has the market changed? Has the market going through different cycles and I've not recognized it? Plenty of situations, okay? Plenty of factors. If you've identified that you've made mistakes, then you need to have the self-awareness to say, look, you know what? I've actually made mistakes here. It's not my plan. This and that trade did not fit my plan. I was revenge trading. There was FOMO. I was acting out of emotion. Then it's a different ball game because then you need to immediately stop the bleeding, as we like to call it in Envision, which is walk away from the markets, close the laptop, tune off for a week. Go give yourself a break because you clearly need it. right? In this period, go and change your state, go and change your energy, go and spend time with family, friends, go and have a good time, still work on your fitness, still be dialed in, locked in on your daily goals, getting stuff done, and just really just shift your energy over the course of that week, or however long it takes you to really shift, okay? That's what you really need. To continue trading through it and ignore the problems, it's like in a relationship when you are identifying certain things, but you don't talk about it, you shove it under the rug thinking it's nice and tidy, not gonna go anywhere. Reality is it comes back out to bite you. We've all been through that before, okay? It's the same thing in the markets. You need to be able to do the hard stuff, and it's not easy. It's not easy to look through 5 losing trades and go, none of these were my trading plan. It's not easy, but you really have to do it, because the longer you put that under the rug and keep it there, you're protecting a part of yourself with that, and you're almost protecting yourself to even moving forward even more. You're resisting yourself to more progression. So the quicker you deal with that and deal with it once, the better it's going to be for your trading. And you need to realize that quick. Okay, so doing the hard stuff is necessary. So in the losing streak, stop the bleeding, pause, figure out your data. Does that support it? If you've made mistakes, you're likely in a phase of tilt, and this is where tilt comes into place. Tilt feels like a blur. It feels like brain fog. It feels like almost you're not acting out of normal rationalization. You're just acting on impulse. And with that becomes dangerous, especially when you're risking your live capital, especially when you're risking funded accounts, especially live capital. It becomes very dangerous because you can easily lose 3, 4, 5 losing trades in a row, 10 maybe. You start over risking, you start taking trades that are not in your plan. Plenty of different ways this manifests in the markets as a mirror image to your state, okay? Best thing you need to do in that is put in place your own recovery strategy. I said about this years ago. I think I first started talking about it in 2021. It was from a golf book that I read. I can't remember what it's called now. That was a great book. Recovery strategy. You need this pre-planned, and you need to be able to execute it when you need to. First thing is, in a state of stress, so tilt, and you recognize you're going through tilt, walk away, go do something different. Go and hit the gym, go for a walk, spend time with family. Next, give yourself the time to reset and mentally refresh. Third, when you're ready, come back and address the elephant in the room. Address the fact that you've gone on tilt and identify where it originated from. What was the root cause of that? Fourth is, when you're ready, start to backtest, but you're not backtesting from a place of, oh, I need to prove this strategy works. You know your strategy works. Who are you kidding? You're doing this from a place of, I need to develop conviction again because I don't feel like I can execute right now. Okay, so you're developing that confidence again to act with conviction in the markets. When you're ready, maybe on less risk, and just build up the habit of winning again, because winning is a habit, okay? So tilt is not easy to navigate. Self-awareness is really the key thing, but I'll give you a tip. Track this via daily goals. If you're tracking, okay, today I should go gym, today I should eat healthily, today I should feed the mind, and then you suddenly notice yourself drop off for 1, 2, 3 days, that's the first sign of tilt before it even manifests in the markets. Okay, and you will always draw it back to that, or an external state which has triggered it. For example, stress, something happened externally, maybe even a mistake in the markets, but it usually comes from not doing the things, the non-negotiables, day by day. So if you can identify that quick and identify where the root cause was, and you say, you know what, I've not been to the gym in 3 days. Let me track this now. Let me get back to normal reality before this even manifests in the markets. You're at a huge edge there because you don't have to go through 10 losing trades to figure out I'm going through tilt. You can have the self-awareness to say, look, I've missed the gym. I've not been working on myself. I've slacked. Let me just stop trading and let me fix this now. Best thing you can do. That's how to navigate tilt, losing streaks and winning streaks. Once you go through it and know how to go through all of them, it becomes almost like a game. It becomes quite fun. How quick can I recognize tilt? Or, when we're on a winning streak, let's just pause. Or when we're on a losing streak, let's just stop it and minimize it as quick as we can. It becomes a very big game that you are finding it quite fun to play versus fearful. And when you know how to navigate something like this, you come from a state of more abundance, more prosperity, because you know if this ever happens again, you have a system in place to know how to deal with it and deal with it well. You're not afraid of going through a losing period, you're not afraid of going through tilt, you're not afraid of success or winning streaks, because you know how to handle them from a place of wisdom. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you. If it has, drop your key takeaways down below, and I'll see you in the next video.